Welcome back, everybody, to 360 Sports Network at 360sportsnetwork.blogspot.com. I am the Lost Cause, coming to you once again with the daily Pigskin Blink, a daily look at fantasy football and the NFL, players, stats, injury reports, previews, reviews, rumors, and everything else that you need to make your fantasy football team hum. Let's get it started with a few players being released by their teams Tuesday afternoon. Tashard Choice in Washington was released Tuesday after being claimed by the Redskins on October 31st. He appeared in only the last game against the Cowboys, gathering 6 carries and 7 yards. His lack of play time was due mostly to injury. However, I probably would keep an eye out for where he lands at this point in time in the season, especially with a lot of leagues being in their playoffs. The pickings for running backs are going to be more and more scarce. Keep an eye on him. Wherever he lands, he might end up being money for you. Denver waived Kyle Orton. After starting the first 5 games of this season, Kyle Orton was benched in favor of Tim Tebow. His potential landing spots are going to be the Redskins, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, Texans, and the Bears. Me personally, I wouldn't worry about Kyle Orton as much for the simple fact that I don't think his production is going to be that good. It's not going to be like a Carson Palmer on a new team where he can just slide in and fit in with any of those teams. Speaking of quarterbacks in Philadelphia, Michael Vick is slated to practice Wednesday with the team and play in normal drills as early as Friday. Michael Vick has 2 broken ribs. In his place this past weekend, Vince Young stepped in, did get some fantasy points. He is still not a recommendation of mine to pick up at this time. It looks like Vick is being pushed either by the organization, if not also by himself, to get back on the playing field in the starting quarterback position. James Starks, who, as I reported yesterday, is still nursing an injury. He's still 50-50 to play Thanksgiving versus the Detroit Lions. What does that mean for Ryan Grant, who has 73 carries on the season, 267 yards, and no touchdowns? What that means is Ryan Grant, as the weeks move on, he could see more play time, and especially Thursday, he will be seeing a lot more play time, if not starting. Ryan Grant, as some of you may remember, has put together some pretty impressive seasons. In 2007, his rookie season, he put together 950 plus yards rushing. In 2008, he put together a little bit over 1,200, and in 2009, he put together 1,253. However, in 2010, the injury bug bit him after only 8 carries in his first game. What does that mean for him on free agency, and as far as your team goes? I would probably pick him up. Big stat: the Detroit Lions have allowed the most rushing yards in the NFL since week 6. That's 154 yards on average. You know, the thing is whether James Starks is 50-50 or whether he's not playing, that still means that Ryan Grant's going to get some carries. And once again, the running backs are getting scarce. Calvin Johnson did not practice Tuesday with a sore ankle and discomfort in his ankle, but did say that he would be okay to start on Thursday. Adrian Peterson is expected to start light practice Friday. This also means that grabbing Toby Gerhart could be a pretty big thing. When he came in to relieve Adrian Peterson, I know his output wasn't all that great, but at the same point in time, they were down. So it was a lot of passing, and it was a lot of kind of maniacal play calls to try to get them back in the game. However, Toby Gerhart is not going to be the number 1, number 2, or even your 3rd running back option. He's probably going to be a deeper league kind of pickup, possibly a flex, or if you play a second flex position. That's it for the Pigskin Blink. This is Lost Cause, coming to you from 360 Sports Network at 360sportsnetwork.blogspot.com. If you have any questions, comments, anything that you want to talk about the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NHL, NASCAR, the NBA, even though we're on the lockout, you can send them to 360sportsnetwork at gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, any information, any rumors, any injury reports for myself, as far as fantasy football goes, and the NFL, go ahead and send them over to lostcause at fantasyfootballtoolkit.com. Take it easy, everybody.